Okay.
I'm thinking if I invent some kind of a hook on this pipe to keep it from dropping down below the trays, you'd be right. Then I could put those pipes going across and just put one there and slide across and slide across. But I haven't got all that worked out yet.
But he will.
And there's a corn now, third day.
Is anything growing on it?
Still not. Not yet.
Now,
Now
see-
there's one there, is that one?
That corner. Now see, ants have invaded here. That looks like a bean of some
Yeah.
kind. These are fire ants.
Watch they don't bite you.
You don't know fire ants?
Don't know what they are, no.
Well, if you see any running around on your hands,
Oh, yeah, get them all.
They bite like hell.
just they sting, but they're so little.
They shake off
You
quick.
don't notice them much, but
So-
when they sting, you don't just get one sting, you get like 100 or.
And they blister.
Well, I'll skin on my hands, if they can infiltrate that, they're doing well. They would
And-
say probably will.
And I haven't had mice here for a while, but yesterday I noticed that there was some mice in. So as you get down there, if you see some digging, they like these 2 days
Mhm.
worth of stuff. So we'll see if we get any more.
Right, we're ready to go in.
And those fire ants, I don't know how they can even be here because whatever they're living in has only been there 1 day, 2 days.
Little bastards can live anywhere. I mean, if you think about it, fire ants will survive everything in Texas. From drought to flood.
Beautiful. They left with one.
Okay, I'll have to put one on this level today. See, mice
Just
was
started, yeah.
playing around in there, so.
Okay.
Okay, so that has got this rack done, and I don't tilt it anymore. So they're ready to go. When it's time, each one of those is on their own different timer. That will come on for 6 minutes. This one will come on 6 minutes. That will come on 6 minutes.
And it's just plain
Twice a
water?
day.
Just plain water?
Just plain water. Except, I run it through a water heater. Because in the winter time, if I'm watering in the winter time, the water temperature coming out of the faucet can get like 40 degrees if it's freezing outside.
Uh-huh.
And I think that isn't conducive
To
to convince these seeds it's time to start growing if it's just 40 degrees. So I got an old water heater from somebody that wanted to give it away, and I just have it on the lowest setting, so the water is maybe 80 degrees pretty much all the time. But it's just water out of the tap. Okay, so then
Hot water system.
I put these day-old seeds back in the trays
Uh-huh.
and put them on that deal. This system of putting it in, putting them in these columns for the first, the company that I saw do this actually had 4 days worth of these, and they didn't, and they put just dry seeds in the trays. They didn't soak them or anything first. But I've gotten to where I start them by rinsing, and then 2 days in here. And the thing is, the first few days they don't need light and they don't need room above the trays to grow. So you can compact this, you can with this room, you can have 4 more days worth of,
Yeah.
you can feed more. The system I had that I bought filled up this whole room, and I think I could get 12 of those bigger trays a day. And I was feeding 1 tray per horse, I think.
Of the blue.
But anyhow, I pretty much could double the capacity of just this room by the
Doing
first
that.
4 days, not having to have them spread out, only taking up more room. So that's the only company that I've seen that, he calls it a 2-step process. And he has them in the towers, he calls these towers, and he calls these growing racks or something. But because it could save space, I did away with my other system, and I just kind of started copying his. But it does involve moving the trays one more time. Because normally, before, I'd plant a row, and I wouldn't touch them again until it's time to harvest them.
Yep.
But here now, I have to touch them once to put them from there to here, and then another time to put them from the towers over to the racks.
And you do this 7 days a week?
I do it, yes, every day. I have kind of figured out a way to. In the old days, we had high school kids in the neighborhood that when I was going to be gone for a week or something, they'd come down and do this for me. There are no more kids in the neighborhood to do that, and my wife refuses to do it. So when I'm going to be gone, if it's just for a weekend, I'll count which days I'm not going to be here. Then 7 days before, I won't plant anything for those 2 days. And then so there shouldn't come anything ready at that time. And that kind of works out as long as the horses have something to eat, while I'm gone. And if I'm gone for longer than that, I just have to shut it down. And this past summer was very unusual. I was gone for, I think, 8 weeks. And so I shut this completely down. And in Texas, we almost never have grass in the summertime. About middle of May, it starts turning brown and nothing. But we had grass all summer this time. And so I didn't have to feed them. I mean, I just left the horses out there to fend for themselves in the pasture. Before, I would put out round bales or put out something that they'll at least have something to eat while I was gone.
Keep you fit.
So, Mark, since this is boring and I'm just doing the same thing over and over, in the meantime, if you would like to get 10 of those pink scoops of barley in 2 of those buckets.
10 each?
No.
5
10.
5 each.
Yeah, 5 each.
Cool.